How is it going, guys? Today I'm bringing you a monocolor battle against NinjaMuddkipz. But before we get into it, I want to talk about the future of this channel. With Pokemon X and Y release just around the corner, many of you are probably waiting impatiently for their pre-ordered copies. But, and I wanna make this clear, I am not getting one, at least not right away. The reason? I don't own a 3DS, and with the next semester at university starting in just a week, I'm not gonna be able to afford one anytime soon. That led me to the decision that with the day of X and Y release, I'm going to stop uploading Black 2 and White 2 Wi-Fi battles, because let's face it, no one is gonna be interested in them anymore. Don't get me wrong, I am planning on buying myself a 3DS as well as copy of the game somewhere early next year, but even then, unfortunately, there is another problem. With 3DS remaining unhackable so far, the only ways of capturing game footage are either buying a capture card or recording the screen with camera. With a 3DS capture card prices starting at $250, that obviously leaves me with the second option. Just for the testing purposes, I recorded some game footage from my DS Lite. Here is how it looks like. This quality is pretty much as good as it gets, but considering that it's a phone camera with no additional equipment other than homemade camera stand, I think it's not too bad. But what do you guys think? Should I consider uploading X and Y Wi-Fi battles with that quality? Or should I keep uploading Black 2 and White 2 content for these few people still interested in it? My decision is highly dependent on your opinions, so please, even if you never commented my videos before, tell me what do you think either by comment under my video, private message on YouTube or Skype. With that said, let's get into today's battle. As I already mentioned, it's a monocolor battle against Sam, and while it can be easily noticed on my side, it takes a while to realize that it is in fact a mono brown team on the other. What's more, I really wanted to use a Zekrom this battle, so I said let's both bring one Uber Poke, but of course, Sam being Sam decided to ignore that and has brought a Numel instead. As a result, this battle didn't really end up close, but the events that occurred during it disposed me to save it anyway. So let's find out what happened. I lead with Zekrom, because thanks to its good natural bulk, I know that I can take a hit from anything on Sam's team, barring Bandit Head Smash from Lycans, answer with powerful life or boosted attack, and maybe even prevent him from setting up his entry hazards. He puts this stupid troll on the leading spot though, seeing that it can cripple at least half of my team with a burn, but I have noticed that weakness as well while choosing my pokes, so I have not only brought a supporter Gothitelle with Heal Bell, but also a Houndoom to absorb all of the Will-O-Wisps. He switches to Numel to take any fire attack from me, but I figure that Dark Pulse is a better option, as only Primeape resists it, and I don't think that he's going to carelessly switch it in that early. I know from my experience that almost every Numel is running some sort of setup move to utilize its simple ability, and that it can become a threat very quickly if I give him any free turns, so I decide just to stay in, go for another Dark Pulse, and it turns out to be a good call, because he indeed sets up a stockpile, which is quite interesting and could definitely give me troubles had I switch out right there, but even at +2 special defense he's not able to take another hit, so he's left with no choice but to stay in and watch this thing go down without doing anything. Then he brings his Primeape, and because this Houndoom is in fact Choice Scarf, I have no choice but to switch out, but knowing that he might go for a U-turn, I make a safer play and switch to Zekrom rather than Gothitelle to scout. He sets up a substitute on my switch, which is an inevitable sign of incoming Focus Punch, but I'm pretty sure that Zekrom can take one, mainly because that was our second attempt to this battle and on the first one it did. But this time he gets a crit, which didn't really make a difference, because this is a mixed Zekrom, so I have almost no speed investment, meaning that he could outspeed and finish me off with any attack anyway. But now that I know what kind of set he's running, I assume that he doesn't have U-turn, because it doesn't make much sense on this moveset, so I can safely go to my Gothitelle. Before I revenge kill him, he gets to set up another sub and then encore me on Psychic, giving him a chance to bring his Relicanth right after and set up a Rock Polish. However, because this Gothitelle happens to be physically defensive, I know that I can take at least one Head Smash and do the enough damage with a Psychic to the point where Bandit can finish him off with a Choice Bandit Shadow Sneak. But for some reason he doesn't have a Rock Head ability, so as he takes me out with another Head Smash, recoil damage takes him out as well. Then he goes back to his troll and offers me his Choice Scarf, But Bandit is like, you know, I like my choice band more, keep your scarf. So we end up with an useless but a hilarious turn nevertheless. Now he reveals the idea behind his moveset by going for a Torment, while I switch back to Houndoom predicting a Will-O-Wisp and pursued him on his way out for a decent amount of damage. In comes Landorus, and the one thing that I need to know before I try to deal with this massive threat is whether he is a physical or special attacker. That is why I switch to Black Velvet as he sets up his late game Stealth Rocks, knowing that I can take a hit on either side of the spectrum, but he makes my job a whole lot easier by exploding as I protect, and that moment, when by total accident you end up trolling the troll, let me tell you, it feels good. So now he tries to step up the predictions game, brings his Sableye and double switches to Tauros predicting my Houndoom, but Black Velvet is pretty well equipped to deal with Sableyes, so I just go for a payback. Then I switch back to Bannet predicting a Rock Climb, but after what you have seen already, especially attacking World Cup Tauros is more of a cherry on the cake than the main course. Still, even his Tauros seems to be confused by what the fuck it is running, so rather than frying me with a Fire Blast, it lands straight on his trainer's face, Charizard style. I use that opportunity to cripple him with a Choice Band, something that I wouldn't dare to do against a regular Tauros, but now that he's locked on a Thunderbolt, I can let Baham and have some time on the stage and scare him off with a Sucker Punch. Or at least that was my plan, so I tried to set up a substitute predicting his switch to Sableye, but either he predicts that or just no longer gives a crap, stays in and goes for another T-Bolt, so then I just take him out. Since this time his troll miserably failed at trolling and is still holding a Choice Scarf, I go for a Crunch just to see what moves he locks himself onto, and since he chooses a Will-O-Wisp, I bring my Houndoom for the last time to annihilate him with a Flash Fire boosted Overheat, and that is the game. Good game, Sam. As I said, maybe not the closest one that we've had, but definitely one of the most entertaining. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave the comment regarding what kind of content would you like to see on the channel in the future. This might be the last upload for a while, though it probably will not, but no matter when it's gonna be, I see all of you next time.